So here's an entertaining one about a stay-at-home MOM who royally crossed the line with her husband after she decided to give him a hard time about what he decides to do with his money. This husband here, he works full-time, takes care of all the bills, all the expenses of the family, and I might add, does a way more majority of the household chores and raising of the kids than he should, given that she doesn't work at all. And she decides to tell him what to do with his money, and you're going to see it doesn't end very well for her. Title: Am I the a-hole for telling my wife she can't dictate what I do with my money if she doesn't bring in any money herself? He says here, I, a 38-year-old male, pay all the expenses for the house, food, utilities, etc. And my wife is a stay-at-home MOM. While I was packing my kids' lunches, I told her that I'm thinking about getting a new car since mine is almost 20 years old. Okay, 20 years old, that's not unreasonable to say, okay, it's time to get a new vehicle. She told me I shouldn't buy things I don't need, even though I have more than enough to afford it. Hang on, sweetheart. I'm the one that goes out every day and deals with the rat race and brings home the bacon. If I want a new car after 20 years having this car, I'm going to get it. You're not going to give me a hard time. End of story. Now go make me a fucking grilled cheese sandwich. I told her a car is a necessity since I have an hour commute every day, but she insisted that I don't get a new car. After a while, back and forth, I asked her why she cared so much if I had more than enough money, and she responded with, you won't have as much money to spend on me and the kids. Well, she's actually not hiding that. That's amazing. That really set me off since she didn't work, and I did a lot of the chores around the house. I told her she has no say what I do with my money since she brings in no income and doesn't help much around the house. She said she did almost everything around the house, which was a complete lie. Well, this is the problem with this guy here. He has accepted a very, very shitty terms. Apparently, I think the kids are old enough that they're definitely in school throughout the day. She can do, if he's working full time, oh, no. You're not just going to cook and clean up the kitchen. You're going to do everything around the house. Maybe on occasion, I'll help you out. And you know what? Actually, it's about time you get off your butt and get a job. As of right now, I make sure the kids get to school on time and make sure they do their homework and most of the house chores. The only thing she really does is cook and clean the kitchen. We have a lawn service for outdoor maintenance, but she wants me to cancel that and do it myself to save money as well. I think this guy's been compliant probably their entire relationship, so this is why she treats him this way. That's what it tells me, and he's reached his breaking point. Ever since our argument, she's been ignoring me, and I feel I may have overstepped a little bit. Am I the a-hole? Smack! No, you're not the a-hole. You have every freaking right to demand, no, I'm going to get the car I need after 20 years, and start demanding some respect around the house, and she starts lifting a finger. You have every reason to give her some backlash here. She's taking advantage of you, but I'm guessing she was probably a hottie growing up, and she settled for you, knowing darn well you're going to pay for everything. And this is her way of handling the thing, and figuring, hey, he's never going to give me any pushback on that. And that's what happens. That's when guys are too nice and accommodating, and the women don't respect them. And so she's an a-hole, we can all agree here, but he also doesn't help the situation by being too nice. Well, he ain't going to be nice for long. He says here as an update, I talked to her about her needing to do more chores around the house if she doesn't want to work, but she said that wasn't fair because she always did only in the kitchen, so I don't really know what to do anymore. Smack! What do you mean you don't know what to do anymore? You lay down the law, or say pretty much, okay, then I know what to do now. I'm going to the lawyer's office to have a conversation with him because this is an unfair marriage. End of story. You don't love me. You don't care about me. You show it through your actions. Now, here's the final update. He says, final update. It turns out she didn't want me to get a car because, wait for it, drum roll, she bought herself expensive jewelry without talking to me first. Thanks for the input, everyone, but I'm strongly considering divorce after this. There you go. Now some common sense is coming through. Expensive jewelry. He can't get a new car because he does an hour commute every day to provide for her and the family and the kids, but she can go out and buy a bunch of fucking a hunk of junk to put around her neck or her ears and ring. Are you kidding me? Well, nobody is surprised here. So this goes to show, guys, if you are going to do marriage, you need to make sure before you get married that is understood about various household chores and who's going to work and a budget and spending and all that. And you have to pay attention to what she's spending and all. Does this mean every woman's going to behave like this? No. But many do. And if you're not careful, but I have to wonder, this guy just early on in the marriage side, I'm going to be the big, strong provider. Provide for my woman. And she's probably like, okay, asshole, I'm not going to do shit around the house except cook and maybe wipe down the counters on occasion. Meanwhile, the whole house is going to shit, and he's working full time and taking care of the household chores and taking care of the kids. No, that's not cool. She's a selfish a-hole. She doesn't love him. But I really do think that he, over time, dug himself a hole and never challenged her up until this point. A lot of guys get to middle age and they say enough's enough, and then it's just too late. The other person's not going to change. So do your homework on you, for your relationship, guys. Do your homework on your girl. That's why you spend years with her. Make sure you're on the same page with spending and a budget and work ethic and all that. And you start laying out what you need in the relationship and household duties and things like that ahead of time. Otherwise, you're going to get something like this. But of course, she's spending money behind the scenes. This guy, there's no love in this marriage. There's no care. There's no consideration. It's time to end it. End it.